Well, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. So, if you're already in a comfortable seat, find yourself in a seat. It might be a cross legged one like I'm in. You could also be sitting on a stool or in a small chair. Sit in a way that you are comfortable, and then just allow your eyes to close as you begin to check in with how you're feeling. Notice not only physical sensation that might be present, but also thoughts, emotions. What is your internal environment like today? And then allow your next few breaths to be just a little bit deeper so you feel the inhale come in through your nose, expand your chest, expand your ribs. Belly begins to expand with all that upper chest expansion. And then feeling the breath flow back up and out through your nose. And as you're observing these first few breaths, sense not only the front side of your body, but also sense the back of your body and the sides of your body. So, feeling yourself expand in all directions as you're breathing in. And then landing in the space that you find yourself in as you breathe out. All right, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Interlace your fingers, press your palms forward and up. And then start to reach up through one hand and up through the other side. Left and right a few times like this as we just gently pull on the fingers a little, stretching up through each arm, down each side of the body. All right, release your hands, take them behind your back, interlace the fingers there. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up across your chest. Begin to turn your head from side to side. All right, and then reach your chin up and drop it down. Again, lifting up and dropping down. And once more lifting and dropping. All right, so as you bring your head back up to center, release your hands, let them rest on your thighs, shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. Again, shrugging up, back, and down, and then once more up, back, and down. All right, now transition onto hands and knees. So bringing hands under your shoulders. We'll start with our knees close together, and then lift the left knee up and out to the side, and then start to rotate through your hip so that your left knee is drawing a big circle in space. Try to keep the arms relatively straight as you do this and your torso relatively still so that we're kind of localizing the movement in the left hip. And then change directions, opposite way. All right, now step your left foot out to the side, so directly out from your hip, lifting your torso up. Take your left hand to rest on your left leg and sweep the right arm up alongside the head. As you reach with that right hand, squeeze and release the fingers a few times, as well as rotate through the wrist. A couple of times each way. All right, with your next big breath in, lift up. Exhale, release your right arm. And then we'll just step this left foot forward into a lunge. Now, how big of a lunge you take is up to you and how it feels in your body. So you might just take a small step forward, you might take a bigger step forward, but let that knee bend to the extent that is comfortable. Take your right hand down to the floor. You might take that right palm to the floor. You might be up on a fist if that works better for your wrist. Or if you have a block or something similar, you can put that underneath your hand to kind of elongate your arm in a certain type of way. So from here, gently twist to the left hand to left leg, twisting towards that left leg. And we'll take 3 breaths. All right, one more deep breath. And then return to hands and knees. Take the knees back together, and we'll do what we did on the left side on the right side. So just start by lifting your right knee up and out to the side and start to circle a couple of times in one direction. Remember, arms are straight and torso is relatively still. All right, change directions. All right, now step that right foot out to the side so it's directly out from your hip. Walk your hands in, lift up. Right hand to rest on the right leg and left arm up alongside your head. Squeeze and release the left fingers a few times, as well as rotate through the wrist. All right, as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your left arm down, and then we'll step the right foot forward again into that lunge. Could be a short lunge, could be a longer lunge, depending on what feels right in your body. And then left hand to the floor. Again, might be a palm, might be a fist, might be a hand on a block. And then begin to twist toward your right leg, towards your front leg. All right, right hand rests on the right leg. 3 deep breaths. All right, after your third breath, again, return to hands and knees. This time we'll take our knees under our hips, hands still under shoulders. We'll tuck the toes under, lift the knees, take the hips up and back. All right, lift and lower your heels a few times. Begin to feel into your feet and ankles, but also the sensation up the legs. Let the head gently shake yes and no. All right, take a breath in and rock forward into plank pose, taking your shoulders over your wrists, reaching back through the soles of the feet. And then as you exhale, lift back up into downward facing dog. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, shift back. And then 1 more time, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, release down to your knees, untuck your toes, and sit back towards your feet as we come into child's pose. As always in child's pose, you can take your knees together or apart, depending on your comfort in your hips. And then your hands might form a little pillow for your head to rest. You could take your hands back near your feet if that's comfortable. Take 3 rounds of breath. All right, after your third breath, back to hands and knees back together. All right, left leg reaches back. Take a breath in. Exhale, left knee into your chest, round your back. Again, inhale, left leg back. Exhale, knee into the chest. And 1 more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, take your left leg back this time and keep it lifted. So reaching strongly back through the left foot. Now we'll shift some weight into the left hand and take the right arm forward. So top of the head reaches forward, left foot reaches back, right hand reaches forward. All right, now take that right arm out to the side. And then take your right hand to your low back, maybe the middle back. And again, back out to the side. And forward. Right hand to the back of your head, maybe the back of your neck, and then forward again, and then down to the floor. All right, cross your left leg over the right leg, drop the toes, spin your fingers out, and then curve your spine to the right, like you're peeking back at that left foot. 2 more breaths. All right, come back to hands and knees. Knees together, hands under shoulders. All right, so we'll do the opposite side. So as you next inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale, right knee into the chest, rounding the back. Again, inhale, right leg back. Exhale, knee into the chest. And one more inhale back. And exhale, knee into the chest. All right, so as you take your right leg back this time, keep it lifted so you're reaching back through the bottom of your right foot, and then transfer your weight into your right hand as you reach your left arm forward. So that's right leg, left arm, top of the head reaching forward. So the back of your neck is long. And then take your left arm out to the side. Left hand to your low back, maybe the middle back. You'll feel how the shoulder rotates as you kind of move it up your back a little bit. And then back out to the side. And forward. Left hand to the back of your head, maybe the back of your neck. And then release it down to the floor. Cross your right leg over the left leg, drop the toes, spin the fingers out and curve your spine to the left, peeking back at that right foot. Couple breaths. All right, bring your torso back to neutral. Legs back together. This time we'll drop down onto our elbows. So the elbows are approximately where your hands were. If your sleeves are long, just kind of move them up a little bit so that you've got your forearms down on the sticky mat. Take your hands together, interlace your fingers. So you're making kind of a little triangle here in between your arms. And then as you press down into your forearms, we'll tuck our toes under, lift the knees, let the head drop into that space between the forearms. So keeping the weight in your forearms and not in your head, lifting up through the hips. You might come up onto the balls of your feet. Get nice and long through the torso and legs. Relax the face and jaw. Keep pressing down into your forearms as your belly and chest move toward your thighs. All right, take another round of breath. All right, walk your feet back towards the back of the mat. Slowly lift your head and look forward as you come into a forearm plank. Keep pressing down into your forearms, top of the head reaching forward, soles of the feet reaching back. Belly draws in, but use your legs too. And feel them engage to support. Relax the face and jaw. 2 more breaths. And then slowly release the knees, the belly, untuck the toes, and open your arms up into parallel to each other. Gently pressing down into the forearms as the heart reaches forward. Relax the face and jaw. Couple of deep breaths. All right, release your heart down to the floor. Slide your left arm out to the side so it's directly out from your shoulder. And then turn your head over to the right. Rest your head on the floor. Press down into this right hand as you start to turn your chest away from the floor. So you're inviting a stretch into the front of your left shoulder, arm, and chest. And you might stack your legs. You might step that top foot back a little bit so that the weight of the legs are kind of pulling backwards in space to invite a little more stretch into that left shoulder. Or if that's too much, just keep the right knee down on the floor so that you're supporting in a different way. All right, 3 deep breaths. All right, after your third breath, roll back onto your front, and we'll do the same posture on the other side. So slide that left hand in, slide the right arm out, turn the head over to the left. Pressing down into the left hand this time. Again, maybe you stack your legs, maybe the top foot steps back, or maybe that left knee stays down on the floor for support in another way. So the essential sensation that we're looking for in the posture, of course, is that stretch across the right shoulder, arm, and chest. So finding just a mild to moderate amount of sensation as you now take 3 cycles of breath. All right, after your third breath, roll back onto your front. This time, take both arms down alongside the torso. Take a breath in as you lift your head and chest. Continue to lift the arms, the legs, reach back through your toes and fingers. All right, take the arms out to the sides. And then take the arms forward. All right, back out to the sides. And back. And then melt down into the floor. Let yourself pause and rest. Bend your knees. Sway the feet side to side a few times. All right, releasing your feet down to the floor. Press back up onto hands and knees. From hands and knees, tuck your toes. Once again, lifting up into downward dog. All right, so from downward dog this time, just walk hands and feet together so that you end up in a forward fold. All your weight moving back towards your feet. Your hands might be resting on the floor, on blocks. Maybe your hands grab opposite elbows or your ankles. But take a moment here to really allow the head to be heavy. Feel the neck elongate. All right, then walk your hands up the fronts of your legs, rising to stand. All right, so as we come to stand, step near the top of the mat. Feet about hip distance apart. As you inhale, press your hips back. Float the arms forward and up. Land in your chair pose. Move the weight back towards your heels, but balance out the weight between your 2 feet. So sometimes we have one leg that's a little bit stronger that tries to do more work, but try to balance it out left to right. Then as you exhale, press through your heels, rise up, and reach your arms back in space. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, finding chair pose, hips back, arms up, balance the weight. Exhale, rise up, reach the arms back. All right, one more like that, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, now keep the left foot forward, and then we'll step the right foot back. All right, so step that right foot back and turn the right toes just very slightly out to the side. Start with both legs straight. We'll take the arms forward, let the palms touch. Sensing down into both feet. Feeling the palms connect with each other, take a breath in. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Left arm goes out and back. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale the arms back together. Exhale and twist. All right, one more time, breathing in and breathing out. All right, maintaining the twist, turn both palms up. Now inhale, reach up. Turn over to the right, exhale, lower your arms down. Again, turning back to the left, inhale, reach up. Exhale over to the right, lower the arms. One more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, palms come back together in front of the heart. Step forward and switch your feet. So right foot is forward, now left foot is back. Left toes are turning out just a little bit. Fingertips reach forward. This time we're twisting to the right. Take a breath in. Exhale and twist. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. All right, one more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, turn both palms up. Inhale, reach up. Turning the body to the left, exhale, lower your arms down. 2 more breaths, back to the right, inhale. Exhale to the left. One more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, palms join in front of the heart. Step forward. Feet again about hip distance apart or thereabouts. Inhale, find one more chair pose. Hips back, arms up. Balance out the weight. Now as you exhale, fold over your legs. Take your hands to the floor, step back into downward dog. All right, release down to your knees and then come back into your seat. And so as you come back into your seat, it might once again be cross-legged, sitting in a stool or in a chair or on a stool. Sit in a way that you're comfortable. And we'll conclude our practice today with a breathing practice called alternate nostril breathing. So you'll use your right hand and then take your index and middle fingers, your peace fingers, in toward the palm so that you have your thumb and your ring finger to block your nostrils. So right thumb goes to the right nostril, and then you'll inhale through the left side. Close it off, open the right and exhale. Now inhale right side. Close it off, open the left, exhale. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. 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 Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. And then just release your right hand down, letting the breath flow in and out of the body without restriction to either its entry point or its volume or its speed. Just let your body breathe. Let yourself close your eyes and come back into your internal environment. What physical sensations are present? What thoughts? What emotions? And notice as well if anything has shifted within you. Sometimes it's very subtle. Even a short practice can shift things within us. So take a few moments here to notice. All right, you can stay here a little bit longer if you have the time, or if you're ready to conclude your practice for today, you can join me by bringing your palms together in front of your heart. As we bow to the light within ourselves, we also bow to the light within each other. Thank you again for practicing with me today. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.